Hey guys, welcome out to the X Machina channel. I am Dave. I'm joined today by PJ May.
Hi there, guys. Good to be back.
PJ May is your new name, apparently. We're gonna do a weird news type of video. We're gonna do a first impressions video about the Daemon X Machina prototype missions demo, which is a mouthful, Pete.
It is.
To say. So it is a sort of like mech action RPG, I suppose, because it has got RPG elements and stuff.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that's exclusive to the Switch.
Which is nice. I like seeing some more Switch exclusives.
There's plenty to come, which we will talk about in this actually, because there's a lot that just got announced. So they dropped the this demo after the Direct last week.
Yep.
So we thought we'd give it a go and do some chatting. So, Daemon X Machina P is made by Marvelous First Studio.
Cool.
Published by Nintendo.
Do
you know any
what
of their
done.
previous games?
Not a Scooby.
They developed God Eater 3, which is like a Monster Hunter type thing.
Yep.
Soul Sacrifice, which is also a Monster Hunter type thing.
Yep.
Story of Seasons, which is a Harvest Moon game.
That's a strange one after God Eater. Fair enough, yep.
The Senran Kagura series, which I don't know if you've seen that.
I haven't, no.
So it is the anime girl, like, Muso series that's all about, like, breasts and stuff.
Man, these guys have quite a diverse library.
It's very diverse, and the one that you'll like is they did Monster Hunter stories.
Ooh, I do love me some Monster Hunter stories.
So there's loads of other stuff like Valhalla Knights and stuff, but that's all the big ones.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's been published by Nintendo, and it's developed in the Unreal Engine. So it's a very established engine by an established team, which is interesting, I think. It was announced. I think it was announced last E3 or the E3 before. I feel like it was 2017. Was it 2018?
I think it was 2018.
It was a surprise at the beginning, wasn't it? It was like the first thing, and people were like, "What is this?"
Yeah, exactly. When I first saw it, I was like, holy shit, this looks awesome. The Switch has like a really cool mech-based game. We haven't seen many mech games for years, really. You know, Armored Core being the sort of staple Mech Assault, but they haven't been out for a while.
It's kind of similar to Armored Core in a way. It's a lot more... it's like that if you mix the sort of the Skell mechanic from Xenoblade Chronicles.
Yeah.
X. Wait, we'll have X, just like boost around. But so yeah, the prototype demo. What's your sort of first impression, sort of initially, Peter, from the time you've played?
So I've played every mission, but of course I haven't completed the final mission, which is the giant mech mission. First impressions, I really like the art style. I think they've done a really clever thing here by having for a really interesting shell-shaded look, which I'm presuming means they can actually run smoother on the Switch, because of course the Switch hasn't got as much power as some of the other platforms. Movement-wise, really silky smooth, especially with the mechs like boosting around and dodging weapon fire. I thought that was a really cool thing they put in there.
Yeah.
When the game first started, and of course the character creation, I was impressed actually the level of character creation I got here, especially when it came to like tones of character. So my character is
especially for a demo.
Especially for a demo
as well.
Yeah, exactly. I imagine the full game will have more faces and more eyes, etc., etc., etc. But the fact is, I can make myself a blue alien with purple and yellow armor. So I was quite.
All of your dreams, finally.
Exactly. You know, so she's the pinnacle of humanity. And then the weapons, it was satisfying. The explosions are cool. I felt the music is a bit tonally strange for me. I felt that there were bits of it that sounded right and bits of it that were like a bit strange. Like the hangar music's a bit odd.
It feels like placeholder music.
Yes.
Like a loop, like a loopy butt rock song. I thought the first thing I heard, I was like, surely that's a placeholder. Because this isn't coming out. It's due to come out in summer. But obviously they said during the sort of release thing and Direct that they're looking for feedback. And generally speaking, when developers are looking for the level of feedback that they're asking for, I would say the development has got to be surely longer than 6 more months. I would think. I reckon this will be a late this year, early next year game. Personally, I could very much see this moving. But again, we'll talk about why I think that's a good thing later on.
Yeah, totally. I mean, for a demo, you know, that hasn't got a release date, it's very polished. You know, it's nice to see.
Well.
Yeah, it runs well. It looks good. It feels satisfying. I really like the art style. I'm sort of confused on the story because, of course, it's very, very drip and drab, and it's all done just through little narrative boxes. I kind of felt it would be nice if they had sort of an intro video, even if it was like a very short one. They must have surely done this at this point in time already, just to have a bit of context to why I'm fighting these AI, which are essentially the Borg, from what I've gathered.
Yeah, it's so like my impressions are very similar. I suppose the shorthand for me, I think it's a very promising looking game, but it's not a great demo. For like new players, I think, because like, it doesn't really say anything about the story. It's got a lot of dialogue from characters we don't really know. There's no context to these like Union Sky and Horizon or whatever, like these sort of factions and these AI. There's not like, unless I've missed something, which I don't think I have, there isn't a massive amount of context.
No, there isn't
for the story. Which again, I imagine there'd be, like you said, there'd be an opening, there'd be an intro. Like there's a tutorial mission, but the tutorial mission doesn't tell you much. No,
it's just how to fly around and shoot things.
Yeah, and I think like you're right. Customization's amazing. I mean, I made my guy. He's got a tattoo. He's got my white and red armor I was having Halo.
Nice.
And stuff, and I think it was cool. You can do like paint jobs on the mechs as well. I found some decals and stuff, which is cool. Like I said, there'll be more, I suspect, in the main game. Probably some you can download, or some like Nintendo themed ones or whatever. So all that sort of aspect I think is pretty good. I think the weapons are pretty fun. I mean, there's a lot of like auto lock on and stuff. So I think like the missile is more a timing thing and sort of like an ability thing.
Yeah, I think the missiles are sort of like the big guns, and I see you kind of have to have them locking on because of course you're free aiming the main guns. So
yeah, I think they have an element of lock on as well. The main guns, because it's the squares around the enemies, like when they light up. Like when they're red, it's like auto aim. When it's like white, it's like half aimed, I think.
Oh, okay, cool.
I think so anyway. Like someone correct us if we're wrong, but I think that's what it was doing. And did you change your mech at all, or did you leave it at base?
I tried to play around with what it had, but there wasn't a lot of customization on the mech front. I changed its colour. I picked up a couple of things on one of the missions, so I changed like one of its weapons, so now it has 2 guns, and I really like the screenshot mode. You can put change the background, put the pose of your mech in, and rotate the mech. And so I took a couple of screenshots with my little switch snapshot button, which I thought was a cool little feature. It's nice that a demo puts that little bit in there when it doesn't have to.
Yeah, and it's something that you kind of need to do nowadays. Like I think with social media, that's like half the marketing for a lot of these type of games. Like the selfie mode, for want of a better term.
Ah, true. So very clever. Good point.
I think they've got to do it. And I think as the demo went out, you could customize your character quite a lot. And like I ended up having like a robot arm and like robot eyes and stuff. I had like abilities for out of the mech and inside the mech, but I didn't think it showed any outside of the mech gameplay.
Aha, it does.
Other than the Hannah. Is there in the final one?
So in this game or a different game? Sorry.
In this game, sort of like other than the hangar.
No, honestly, there is. If you die, because of course I suck at these games, but I do enjoy them. You basically go to your human form and you can run around, jump. You can throw grenades. You've got 2 different weapons. So
that's interesting, because that did not happen to me, so I did not get to see that. It didn't tell me about that either. So
no, it doesn't tell you. I thought I was just going to fail the mission, and then
at least you were here sucking for us, Pete, for science. That's what it is.
Exactly, man. I was failing for the betterment of humanity.
That's brilliant. Well, that's cool actually. That's because there was a lot of customization for that. So you could have like a double jump, like grenades and like extra, like you could have like a laser sword you could attach. Your arm like turned into like a laser sword.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of extra bits, and I can see there'll be a lot of customization at the end for the final game, and there'll probably be like extra sort of maybe like shields and stuff, so you can be stronger as a human, because they've obviously put a lot of effort into both the human side of combat and the mech side. So there's got to be a reason why they've done that.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of skill trees. I mean, because there was in the hangar, there's sort of the lab where you could like change your guy. Yeah. And there's like a cordoned off bit next to it, and I'm guessing that was like further customization for either like a squad member or maybe the mech. And obviously there's a room for 4 mechs in the sort of hangar. Yeah. So it just sort of hints to more, and I thought it was interesting. I think overall the gameplay was pretty okay. I think for the demo, for like an actual demo, they probably need a little bit more like later in the game, like to be a little bit more exciting, like some different weapons and the laser swords. You get to see all the AI guys use, and stuff like that. You're like, really, you should be able to use that in this demo, like this vertical slice kind of thing. Yeah. It feels like that the mech you have is the early game mech, Yes. So I made mine, like I put the boost processor on it. I made it like super mobile, which I really thought was quite fun. Yeah. And the boosting's a lot of fun to do. The controls are really simple, which is always a problem with like Mech Assault and Armored Core. Sometimes they're not, but like it was very simple. I think anyone could play it. It looked really good handheld as well. I got to say, I played it on both just to check. Ran silky smooth. So like I said, the art style's wonderful. Yes. So I think there's a lot of positives overall. To be honest, I think it's got a lot of potential.
Yes, I think it has. The combat feels very similar to Xenoblade Chronicles X Scales, as you said earlier. Very, very similar to that.
And it feels very similar to Starlink as well, actually. I know you haven't played that, and not many people have. The Star Fox thing that came out at Christmas from Ubisoft.
Yeah, I haven't played it yet. I intend to,
You should. It's really fun. It's surprisingly fun, to be honest with you, for the price. But it feels kind of like that. It's simple, like it's very strafe and fire. But it's the fact that you had on the map that you could shoot the shield bubbles, but you could only use them they weren't permanent. and there was the mission with the library. You could pick up the grenade at the mines and place them.
Yes, that was cool. Especially when they blow up, they give a bubble shield that heals you, which was nice.
Exactly, yeah, and you obviously pick up loot and ammo and stuff as you go on. I think the gameplay loop is very good, and I think, as we'll talk about in a second, because I'm going to get to my butt in a minute, but I think the gameplay loop could be one of those things that's quite evergreen, that you could play a couple hours a night for a few months if it's got, because these orders, you very easily have downloadable orders and stuff. Those games have done like this, have done it before.
Yeah.
But you could have this constant amount of content, which is very interesting. But I suppose the but for me is it too late? Because there is so many games coming this year.
Yeah.
Especially the one that really struck me was when they announced that Astral Chain is coming at the end of August.
Is that soon? I was expecting that to be next year.
It's August 30th. They announced the day before on the Direct. So you've got all this stuff, and you've got all these games in the summer. You've got Super Mario Maker and stuff like that. There's a lot of content coming to the Switch between sort of July and Christmas.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, if it comes this year, I can't see people picking it up, because not a lot of people are talking about this demo really compared to the other stuff on that Direct.
I think the other stuff. I mean, it was a very good Direct. Actually, one of the best Directs I've seen for a long time from Nintendo. And I think you're right. It's a very niche market though they're going for. Mm-hmm. It's not a mainstream game, and I don't think it should be. It should be for people that want to play a fun mech game with lots of customization that feels a teeny bit like Monster Hunter.
Yeah, and I think like the studio's pedigree, Soul Sacrifice and God Eater 3 are fantastic games like that. They'll have a lot of really good high quality content. The story will probably be very good in the end, but I just worry for. I think Astral Chain's the one, because there's only so many sort of niche anime action games that are going to sell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the Platinum games don't. Everyone knows who Platinum are. And they don't sell that well. They never have.
No.
Even like Bayonetta doesn't sell that well, really. So it's difficult. I mean, obviously, because Nintendo are publishing it, I'd like to hope they'll do a big Direct for it. If it's right, it's coming. Say it comes October or whatever. Right, here's a big Direct. Here's all this information. Here's a really cool special edition helps with stuff like this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's probably my big worry, is if it's full price, if it's a £40 game, I think that's going to be a real issue with it.
I think it will be £40.
I think it will be as well. I think it would be smarter for them to try and do something else, or do 40, but the 40 is like a collector's edition kind of thing.
I think the hard thing they have to work out, which is all companies do, isn't it? It's like, what's the bottom line? How much can they make? Yeah. How many units they're going to ship and sell? And this game might be really popular, maybe abroad more than it is in the Western audience, because again,
that's a good point as well. I think in Japan it would be very popular.
Yeah, in which case they probably won't mind putting it at £40, realising it's not going to have as much of a selling point over here. But again, it's nice to see something that is a bit different. And it looks very, very pretty. I think for me, as an art guy, I just love the way it looks. It has a really, really nice cel-shaded style to it.
Yeah, and it's like you said earlier, it's very smart. Like you can't have like Monster Hunter World or something like, I don't know, like Horizon Zero Dawn. You can't have that graphic style on the Switch because you just can't do it. Like if you look at the in the Direct, you look at the trailer for, was it Dead by Daylight and Assassin's Creed 3?
Yeah,
look terrible. Like they just look like they're just going to chug the whole time. And silky smooth, is 30 or 60, I'm not sure. I think it was probably 30, but it could have been 60. Like I think you need that really. I think if it's smooth, people won't notice it. You don't want to notice it, you know what I mean? And I think the pretty art style makes it stand out. The name, I'm not convinced about.
Yeah, it's a strange one, isn't it?
I understand it. The X just throws me off because there's so many. It's like, you know, I mean, like Xenoblade X. It's that weird, like, kind of similar. Like, is it in the same franchise? Like, to people that don't know, like, obviously me and you know.
Yeah.
But if you mean, and you got to remember when Xenoblade X was announced, it was just called X for like 2 years.
Jeez.
So it's kind of like, you know, like I get the name, like, 'cause obviously the demon AI thing, you know.
Yeah.
And it's trying to be on that sort of, it's a phrase, isn't it? The
Yeah.
Deus Ex Machina. I can't call it that because it's Deus Ex.
Deus Ex, yeah, exactly.
But, yeah, I think it's cool. I think it's one of those I'm looking at now. I think it's one of those on my, because it's a free demo.
Yeah.
Like it's very much on my horizon. I will probably pick it up. Whether I pick it up when it comes out, I don't know. But I think that's probably the big thing.
Yes, because it will depend, as you said, what else is coming out at the same time. Because if it's split between 5 other games and those 5 are higher in your chain of what you want to purchase, it will just trickle down. And that's when, as you said, it might just kind of fade away.
Yeah, exactly. It's got to be in that sweet spot where it's not the same day as Fire Emblem. It's not the same day as Astral Chain. It's not the same day as Zelda or Pokemon or Animal Crossing. You know, so it's starting to get hectic. This Switch 2019. But I suppose, is there any sort of closing thoughts, Pete, about overall what you thought, what you think, what you hope?
I mean, I hope it has. I mean, I'm sure it will have a lot of content, and that's what I really want to see. I kind of hope it has a lot of post-release content.
Yes.
I think that's what will keep the game relevant and kind of, in people's mind eye. I think if it doesn't have that, if it just comes out as one package, especially in today's sort of gaming environment, it will just get lost straight away. And it does need to definitely have a release date that isn't going to be dwarfed by something else.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of hope for content as well. I'm kind of hoping there's a co-op mode. Obviously, all the missions that were in that were with AI partners, right? So
yes,
even if it's just local ad hoc, I think that would help massively.
I agree.
I saw a couple of people talk about like online multiplayer. And I don't really think that's going to work because of the RPG elements, but they could do it if they really wanted to, like maybe in a post-game update, like competitive multiplayer. But I think co-op would be good. I think co-op would be a really wise choice for them. I think that would set it apart from a lot of the other games. I think you're more likely to pick it up. If it's 40 quid, 40 pounds sterling, and it was co-op, and you can play it with a buddy, or you can play it with your missus or whatever. I think. Yeah. Customizing mechs is fun. There isn't a lot of mech games right now.
No.
It looks very Gundam-y as well. Like, when's the last time Gundam Wing came out? Like 20 years ago.
Exactly.
So, yeah, man, I think it's good. It's one of those. It's a lot of potential. It's got a couple issues, but I think it's the demo issues. I don't think it's an issue with the game at all.
Yeah.
And I'm positive. Like I said, they're good developers, so it's a good engine.
Certainly.
Watch this space.
Exactly, and as long as, of course, the story is... I feel that's the big thing as well. They have to make sure the story is really interesting and a bit different to the regular... I
mean, the Senna and Kagura stories are pretty weird.
Yeah.
The Soul Sacrifice story is really good as well, so I'm hopeful they can do it.
Yeah.
I just hope there isn't too many anime boobs, to be honest. Like the Senna and Kagura series is pretty... I mean, you want to just look at like the cover art for the 3DS games. It's pretty... I'll send you one.
Yeah,
I'll send you a link later, but when after 9 o'clock peaks, it's a late night one.
Yeah, exactly.
But I suppose that's our first impressions of Daemon X Machina. There will be footage behind this audio, so you can see me suck at replaying some of the missions.
Nice.
Maybe I'll die on purpose, Pete. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, you'll be dying. I didn't die on purpose today. That's the
exactly.
problem. Me sucking, basically.
Exactly. Yeah, I want to show the loyal viewers, what death looks like. So,
sweet
if
death.
you like the video, like it, subscribe, whatever. There'll be more videos. Be lots more videos featuring Pete because he will never escape.
No.
And we will see you next time.